Joining me from London is author, commentator and presenter Esther Krakue. Esther, great to see you again. All this sounds great. Great Britain again. Or is this just talk to mask Europe's crippling weakness without the US to back it up?
Well, if you can see through it quite clearly, I think you can guess the mood here in Britain, which is one of utter despair and bewilderment. I mean, just to put into context the dire state of Britain's armed forces, by the end of this year, we're expected to have less than 70,000 trained soldiers in the British Army. That's not enough to fill Wembley Stadium. We've had more people coming across the channel illegally in the last few years than we have soldiers standing in the British Army. And yet, Keir Starmer, our Prime Minister, prematurely committed our troops to the Ukraine border without approval from Parliament, without even running it by any other politician, and without actually understanding the logistics of how underfunded our military is. I mean, he decided to extend an olive branch to Donald Trump by saying that we're going to increase military spending as a percentage of GDP by 0.2%, which is about £13 billion. Where that money will come from, we don't know. We can't keep our pensioners warm for the winter, but somehow they can conjure up money for our defense forces that have been severely underfunded over the last 30 years. I mean, it's almost embarrassing. I don't think they understand the severity of this. And all the anger that's being thrown at Donald Trump for somehow not wanting the US to continue to bankroll Europe's security is completely missing the point. How have European leaders failed in their most basic duty to protect their citizens over decades? Instead, they've been pilfering tax money on welfare spending, on vanity projects like net zero and all of this. And now the chickens have come home to roost. The fact that Germany and other European countries were happy to take Russian gas and make it the base for their industrial capacity for years just shows how little they had paid attention to the threat of Russia. But unfortunately, they can't do that anymore.
Esther, you put it so well. I mean, you'd laugh if it wasn't so tragic and one day potentially very, very serious. I see King Charles has been brought out to side with Zelensky, although he was meant to stay out of politics. Well, good on him. But what do you make of that?
I don't envy King Charles. I mean, if you think Keir Starmer is doing a lot of the heavy lifting, then King Charles must have a second career as a bodybuilder. Because to be honest, it's only King Charles and the royal family that has basically smoothed over the relationship between Trump and Starmer. He's the only real reason why Trump's team is even tolerating him, because we know that President Trump has a fondness for the royal family. Keir Starmer is trying to make his position clear and his support for the Ukraine cause clear, while also not trying to ruffle Donald Trump's feathers. He's been very complimentary, saying, Donald Trump wants peace, he wants what's best for everyone, and his handlers are working overtime to make him seem like a centrist, sensible leader, when really Trump is just steamrolling over all these European leaders who really have to look at themselves and how much they've disappointed and let down their own populations over decades. And unfortunately, they can't run away from that anymore.
No, that is so true. Sticking with the royals, I see that Meghan Markle has used her daughter, Princess Lilibet, to promote a new lifestyle show coming up, playing a game with Markle and tennis champion Serena Williams, her supposed aunt. I thought they wanted, Harry and Meghan wanted ultimate privacy, especially for their children.
Yes, well, that privacy only extends to when they don't have something to flog. That doesn't extend so much when there's money to be made. The series is coming out tomorrow in the US, Meghan Markle's new series on Netflix, and really it's kind of the last-ditch effort to make sure that Netflix has some bang for their buck. So we'll see how it turns out. Everyone is waiting with bated breath to see what this, closet Martha Stewart has for the rest of the world.
Yeah, well, I thought it was... what a coincidence that the one person that she's seen playing a game with, apart from her mother, is a famous world champion tennis star. I mean, seriously, can't they just have Maisie from down the road or a real aunt? I don't get it. Esther Krakue, thank you so much indeed for your time.